When it comes to the ever-changing world of the bold and the beautiful, relationships are rarely straightforward, forgiveness is never assured, and redemption frequently comes at a price. Deacon Sharp, on the other hand, has experienced a change in his journey toward understanding love and himself that very few people could have anticipated. Deacon reflects not only on the chaos that has surrounded his life, but also on the one person who has stood beside him through it all, Sheila Carter. As he sits in the quiet after yet another emotionally charged day, he thinks about Sheila Carter. That being said, he describes it as a story not of perfection, but of perseverance in his own words. "I am aware of what people see when they look at us," she said. "You want to be truthful? To tell you the truth, I will." Love story is not the first thing that comes to mind when people hear my name next to Sheila's one. Danger is what they think. Mistakes are made by them. They are of the opinion that history is being repeated in the most disastrous manner possible. And I do understand it. I've been guilty of making a few very poor decisions. When we are being honest, it is more than my fair share. Then what about Sheila? She has a reputation that follows her into every room, making it impossible for her to enter without being followed. On the other hand, what people fail to notice, what they choose not to notice, is what occurs when the noise level decreases. Every time it's just the two of us, there is no judgment, no whispering, and no yelling from the past in our ears. This is the place where the truth resides. Sheila is not who you take her to be, at least not with me, the speaker said. I'm not here to change the course of history. There are actions that Sheila has taken that have resulted in harm being caused to other people, and I regret being associated with them. There is no denying that to me. One thing I am willing to acknowledge, however, is that people are capable of change. Sheila is different when it comes to me. Her demeanor has improved, more deeply rooted. There is a vulnerability there that the majority of people never get the chance to see because they have already formed their opinions about her from the beginning. Additionally, it is possible that she does not have sufficient faith in the world to reveal it, as she is afraid of being judged and misunderstood by those who have already formed their opinions about her. But she has faith in me, and the significance of that cannot be adequately expressed in words. We didn't go through the beginnings of some fairy tale. One thing is certain, this was not a case of love at first sight. It was not the kind of grand, all-encompassing romance that you would come up with songs about. It had a sloppy appearance. It is difficult, two people carrying baggage that is so heavy that it could pull a ship down. But in the midst of all that mayhem, we discovered something that was genuine. Because of the way in which we understood each other, we did not need to provide explanations. Having lived the kinds of lives that we have, there is a particular language that you speak. It is a language that is constructed on errors, regrets, and opportunities for second chances. It was because of this that we came together. People are of the opinion that I am making a mistake. Is it ever the case that you feel as though the entire world is waiting for you to fail? The experience of being with Sheila is exactly like that. This is going to end badly, is the message that is conveyed by every single look, every single comment, and every single warning. Possibly they are correct, but here's the thing. This is the life that I lead. And for the first time in a very long time, I'm making a decision that is in accordance with my own personal values, rather than one that is based on what other people anticipate from me. Love is not always without risk. Those who are looking for a love story that is risk-free should not read this. Love for Sheila could not possibly be considered risk-free. The danger exists. There is a question of fact. There are times when even I feel the need to pause and ask myself, what am I doing? In addition to that, there is something else. There is truthfulness. The passion is present. In spite of appearances, there is a connection that is perfectly imperfect. It's possible that this is what makes it feel real. This is the real me that she sees. To demonstrate my worth, I have devoted a significant portion of my life attempting to improve myself, be better, and make amends for everything that I have done incorrectly. Not many people will allow you to forget about your history. They persist in clinging to it as if it were the only version of you that ever existed. Are you Sheila? The good, the bad, and the ugly are all things that she sees, and she does not turn away from them. She does not anticipate that I will be excellent. She merely anticipates that I will be truthful. I had no idea that I required such a degree of liberty until I experienced it. We've discussed the past a great deal, she said. Recognizing where you've been is necessary in order to construct something that is genuine. There have been those conversations, the difficult ones that we have had, those in which there is no concealment, no sugarcoating, and no pretense that things were significantly better than they actually were. And yes, there are times when it is somewhat unsettling. At times it brings to mind things that I would rather not remember. What's more, it serves as a reminder of how far we've come. Do I have faith in her? This is the most important question. That is a question that I am asked frequently. Are you able to put your faith in Sheila? What is the truthful response? I'm getting better at it. The concept of trust is not like a simple switch that can be activated. Building trust is a slow and steady process that takes place over the course of time. And each and every day, she provides me with the reason to continue to build. We are not requesting approval at this time. We are not going to be the couple that everyone cheers for. That much I am certain of. That perfect conclusion in which everyone all of a sudden forgets about the past and starts supporting us is not going to be achieved by us. Moreover, that is acceptable, mainly due to the fact that this, what we have, is not about them. This pertains to us. In this place, there is something that is worth fighting for. I've distanced myself from a lot of things throughout my life. I feel regret for a few of them. It's not the same for others. But what about this? To be honest, I am not yet prepared to walk away from this situation, not at this time. If that is the case, then I am a fool. The other possibility is that it transforms me into a person who finally comprehends what it means to cling to something that is significant. Sheila and I are we have not yet arrived at a conclusion. The narrative does not have a satisfying conclusion. There is no single, flawless resolution in which everything is suddenly made clear. We have not yet arrived at a conclusion. Learning is ongoing, unceasingly striving to improve ourselves, both for ourselves and for one another. Also, perhaps that is sufficient. I am aware of what people want, and I will say, if you are waiting for me to apologize, they are hoping that I will admit that my actions were a mistake, that I have become disoriented. It is my hope that I will eventually come to my senses, but I am unable to say that. Why is it that right now? This seems to be the most trusting thing I've ever done in my life. The final thought that comes to mind is, perhaps this is what redemption looks like. I have been guilty of this. I have caused harm to others. Everyone has warned you about me, and I've been that person. In addition, I've developed, and it's possible, almost certainly, that this is what it means to be redeemed. This is not a blank slate. There is no ideal conclusion. In a world that persistently insists that they do not deserve it, two flawed individuals are working hard to find something genuine in their lives. Even if that isn't a tale that's worth telling, then, but I have no idea what it is.